Let me tell you a secret. The hardest part of any journey isn't the middle, and it isn't the end. It's the very first step. That moment when your hand hovers over the door handle of the gym, or when your cursor blinks on a blank page, daring you to write. That moment feels heavier than the entire mountain you're about to climb. We dream in skyscrapers, but we stumble over pebbles. Our brain whispers, it's too much, too long, too hard. And so we wait. But here's the truth. Motivation doesn't come first. Action does. 2 minutes of action is enough to break the spell of procrastination. 2 minutes is the spark that lights the fire. Have you ever noticed how the smallest tasks feel the heaviest at the end of the day? That's not laziness. That's psychology. Your brain is a decision-making muscle, and like any muscle, it gets tired. Psychologists call this ego depletion. By evening, resistance rises, not because the task is impossible, but because your depleted mind magnifies its size. The 2-minute rule bypasses this resistance. 2 minutes is so tiny, your tired brain can't argue with it. And once you start, the mountain no longer looks impossible. There's a law of the universe that governs not just planets and stars, but also human behavior. Things in motion stay in motion. Psychologists call it behavioral activation. Action itself creates energy. Like a train at rest, the hardest part is the first push. 2 minutes of action is enough to break inertia, enough to set the train in motion. Once you're rolling, continuing feels natural. The resistance fades, the energy builds, and the task begins to carry itself. Every action you take is a vote for the kind of person you believe yourself to be. Productivity expert David Allen, creator of the Getting Things Done method, once struggled with overwhelm. His desk was buried under papers, his mind cluttered with unfinished tasks. So he committed to tiny wins. If a task took less than 2 minutes, he did it immediately. Each small act was a vote for a new identity, someone reliable, someone in control. Those votes reshaped his self-image, launched his book, and inspired millions. 2 minutes wasn't just about tasks, it was about identity. Every time you complete a task, no matter how small, your brain releases a spark of dopamine, the chemical of reward, motivation, and joy. Author James Clear, before writing Atomic Habits, struggled with procrastination. Instead of promising himself hours of work, he committed to 2 minutes. Write 1 sentence. Put on running shoes. Each micro-action triggered dopamine rewards, small victories that made his brain crave more. Over time, those sparks built momentum. 2 minutes became 20, 20 became mastery. His book went on to sell millions, proving that dopamine doesn't measure the size of the win, it measures the existence of the win. 2 minutes may sound small, but small is where greatness begins. Habits are like bricks. 1 brick alone doesn't build a house. But lay a brick every day, and soon you have walls, rooms, a home. The 2-minute rule is your first brick. Psychologists call this habit stacking, linking one small action to another until they form a lifestyle. 2 minutes today becomes 20 tomorrow. 20 tomorrow becomes a habit next week. And habits, once formed, compound into mastery. The mountain is climbed step by step. The book is written word by word. The life you dream of is built minute by minute. Begin with 2. And let 2 become everything. If today's message sparked something inside you, remember, it's not just about learning, it's about living. Every insight, every habit, every story we share here is a sketch on the canvas of your mind. And with each sketch, you're shaping a masterpiece, your life. This is Mind Sketchbook, where psychology meets motivation, and where brain habits become the tools for transformation. If you're ready to keep growing, keep learning, and keep sketching the best version of yourself, join this journey with us. Subscribe, share, and let's build a community of minds that refuse to settle for ordinary. Because your mind is the greatest sketchbook you'll ever own. And every minute you invest here is another stroke toward greatness.